Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to Ground of Aces. In Ground of Aces, we are in command of a to-be-built airbase. A to-be-built airbase in World War II Britain. So that's our job today. So I'm going to start a new game, and we're going to operate from Lichfield. We will have a proposed location of the airfield of Lichfield. It's going to be the 13th of August 1940. We're going to get 8 crew members, no pilots, no planes, nothing. We will have to build everything ourselves. If you are interested in this game, you can find it linked down below in the description. There is a demo available starting today, and today being March 12th. So, what are we doing in this game? Well, a lot. What do we have? Let me show you the HUD real quick. Top left-hand side, we have our resources. These are the resources we have at present. If you wish to expand, you can see what they are. Metal, tarps, electronics, like the basic stuff to get started. But there are more. There are a lot more resources, basically tier 2, maybe even tier 3 resources. Right now, not that interested yet. We also have over here the crew. Who do we have? We got Gordon, Owen, Bogdan, Thomas, Brian, Lewis, John, and Michael. All of these guys have their own level of energy, their own level of confidence, and their own mood, and that culminates into an overall morale. Now, the morale of the base over at the top here says that if this falls to -100, it is game over. So arguably this is potentially your most important resource. Get the base morale high enough. Next to that, we got victory points. More on those later. The victory points, however, actually let's go into that right now. The victory points are going to allow you to get airplanes of a higher tier. Right now, I don't have victory points, and the only way to get victory points is by using aircraft. So the only aircraft I can currently get is the Gloucester Gladiator. The Gloucester, however, is going to need a runway, it's going to need a couple of parking spots, and once we have those, we can actually get our airfield going, start farming up victory points, and start getting the higher tier aircraft, which also require a higher airstrip tier. You cannot simply launch an Avro Lancaster from the same type of runway that you do with the Gloucester Gladiator. So your airbase is going to have to grow. Top right hand side, we basically got control, and as well as what are the guys up to right now? Well, it's 1200, so it's mid, it's noon, it's work time. August 13th, 1940. Bottom right hand side gives you what we need to do. Build a field kitchen, we need a saw station, we don't even have a runway. We don't have enough beds for all the crew, so I think that's a high priority. Because if they don't have a bed to sleep in, they will sleep on the floor, which is not particularly beneficial to their energy level. We also don't have enough chairs, so these guys can't properly relax. Well, as far as I'm concerned, they can sit in the grass for now. At the bottom of the screen, we have a couple of buttons. For example, the buildings are going to allow you to build not only your main buildings, which you can be built by using tarp, later on also planks, and eventually bricks. You can also build hangars. These are going to be coming in useful. They're a bit of a higher tier way to park your aircraft. Next, we got props. I think it's a bit of a weird term, but okay. Workbenches allow us to turn one resource into something else. So, for example, we need that field kitchen. I'm going to place that just right down here until I have the ability to build a full-size kitchen. An indoor kitchen at that. We're also going to need a saw station. Let's just place that... Yeah, I'm going to place that just here for now. Most of these things are makeshift, because at the moment I don't really have a lot. A brick station is going to get built later on, because we don't exactly have planks yet. We do have a little bit of metal, and metal can also be worked on by a metalworks workbench. Now, as the devs said in their tutorial video, metal is kind of crafted out of nothing right now, which is a fantastic way to get metal, because you don't actually have to do anything about it, which saves you a lot of work. I expect that in the fuller version of the game, early access, I think starting summer this year, you're probably going to have to work a little harder to get metal. Food can get turned into canned food. We're going to need a canning station for that. You can see that the canning station also produces gun ammo, anti-air ammo, and plain bombs. So it's not just food rations that we're getting. Electronics workbench to produce electronics and repair parts. Tailor station to produce tarps and camo. Espionage radio to produce intel. I'm not sure if that's even implemented. We got a boiler tank to produce purified water and fuel, a herb dryer, and finally a glass distillery to also produce fuel, luxury goods, and strong medicine. So we have lots and lots and lots of things to build. For now, I'm going to focus on the high priority things, which I believe to be a couple of beds. Unfortunately, the bed is going to need 15 planks, which presently I do not have. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to tell these people to start harvesting. I'm just going to clear out this whole bit. That'll keep them occupied for a minute. And once they actually get to work on taking down these trees, as well as taking this food, because there's a resource pile here in the form of food. For example, this is going to be just food. We also got later on the ability to turn, I think, where is it? Herbs, there we go. We can use that to build better food. You can start building your own garden. There is a lot to do in this game. Now, I'm going to first let them work on the base necessities. Literally, what does this base need? Well, we need the kitchen, we need those beds, we need this workstation here, this soul station. Turn the soul station, or rather turn the wood into planks, turn the planks into beds, and make sure everybody has a bed to sleep in at night. Otherwise, the morale is going to drop. Right now, we're at about 27, 25. It is going to depend on how well you take care of your people. Some of these guys are low energy. That's what they're currently saying. They're basically tired after a hard day of work. So at about 11 p.m. they turn in for the night. Except a couple of poor folks here who simply don't have beds yet. Well, I hope that's going to be a bit of a motivational factor for them to get to work harder. Build up this soul station, get those planks, and then get a bed going. I want to destroy this, whatever this is, this tent here. Because I'm planning on building my airstrip along this large area. Now, we're going to be doing that, at least queuing it up, that is. So I'm going to say I want to build a runway. And once you start building your airstrip, you're going to see a couple of things. You're going to see the tier. I'm currently going for just a tier 1 airstrip. You can immediately go for a higher tier if you so desire. But it's going to take up a lot of space. And a lot of space also means you will probably need quite a lot of work in order to make that happen. Basically work time, work hours, if you will, is a bit of a resource. So I'm just going to go for a tier 1 runway. I'm going to say this is going to be a dirt runway, although later on you can convert it to sand, concrete, tarmac, and even steel tarmac. Dirt is fine. Construction is blocked, however. So they'll first have to clear out the area before being able to actually build any of that stuff. They're first going to take down this tent, which is going to give me a couple of resources here, additional tarps. But the tarps are degrading because they're outdoors. So building a storage facility is also going to help me with that. Let's get a small building going. I'm going to say I need a floor. I'm going to need a couple of walls. We'll need a way in, so a door. And once these buildings, or once the walls are built, we can actually start getting this thing roofed up and make sure that we have everything that we need indoors so it doesn't degrade, because resources degrading, well, it's not great. They're exposed to ground, they're exposed to sky, so they're degrading. There we go. Our runway is now complete. Runway A. However, we cannot park any aircraft here yet. Let me just get rid of some of these things. Let me get rid of that. We need to have the ability to park aircraft. You can build a small parking, a medium, or even a large. Why would you want a large right now? I don't know, because they can't exactly be used anyway. So let's go for a couple of small parking locations. The location, however, is blocked. So we'll have to clear this up. That block there is going to have to go. That stone block. First, let's build this out. We're still working on the soul station. One thing I'm kind of missing in this game is the ability to say this has a higher priority. So maybe I haven't discovered that yet. I can just set the times here, but I can't exactly say this, for example, this soul station is a high priority. They just seem to kind of, well, do what they will. And with that, sometimes they don't exactly prioritize the things I would strictly prioritize. But I guess we'll just have to live with that. Now, it's like this soul station exists and doesn't exist. Because I still cannot click on it. which we need to do. If I don't click on it and tell them to start building planks, they simply won't. So we're still kind of stuck. Ah, the field kitchen is done. Now, what can you do with the field kitchen? You can start building meals out of food and raw water. Food we have, raw water we also have. So I'm going to say I also want to have, let's say, enough food for 2 days. So produce until the base has 16. And this is sort of an auto order saying, okay, if it ever drops lower than that, we're going to build it again. Purified water. This is going to be not really needed right now, but I guess my guys would like to have the occasional sip of water. So let's get 8 of those. All right, the guys are asleep right now. Let's fast forward a bit. And you can see that morale is increasing as they are getting some rest. We still got all sorts of issues here. We still don't have the parking spots. We don't have enough chairs. We got no metal workbench. We still are breaking up these rocks. And when those rocks are done, I can start building a couple of parking spaces here and get my first couple of aircraft in. Once those, there we go, it's finally up. The saw station. I'm going to say I want to have something in the line of 40 planks, because planks go into a lot of things. You put them into beds, you put them into chairs, you put them into tables. They go into a lot. Ah, we got one guy making a bit of food here. And you are bogged in a mirror. You can see that he is not terribly confident right now. He does not have a lot of energy. I suspect he might have slept on the floor. And his overall mood is not great. So, well, potentially having some additional social activities or making him a little bit happier by having his own bed is probably going to be in our best interests. Let's see. There we go. That rock is gone. That rock is gone. Now I can go back and build my first small parking space. Why are you saying it is blocked? What is it blocked by? Oh, this thing? That little shrub is... Fine. Just take it down, would you? Thank you. Alright, let's try this again. Small parking space. Here's one. I want to have... well, maybe 4 aircraft. Keep in mind, however, the more aircraft you build, the more flight crew you'll have. And those people will want to have a place to sleep. If you don't do that, you're going to find that once again your morale starts crashing because people are not happy at all about the fact that they simply don't have anywhere to sleep. Let's see, I was also building this shed here. I thought you guys were going to build walls. Did you not? I guess not. Alright, let's get to work on that, because I still got everything degrading here. Can't have that. You can see some of these guys are not happy. Their energy is low. The morale is okay right now, but we're still only at 13, so yeah, it's still fairly low. Gotta work on that. As for food, we're looking at 42, so that's fine. We got 20 meals, 19 now, as the guys are having some dinner. So at the moment, I'd say we're probably going to see people do some more cooking in the morning. We do need some more raw water. Now over towards the right-hand side here, there it is. You got this little puddle. This is where you can actually get water. So I'm going to say harvest that. It's a bit weird harvesting water from a water pond, but that's the way that it works. And later on, you can start getting, let's see, where was it? Outdoors. You can start getting your own water pump, but we need bricks and cement for that, so that's a bit of a higher tier resource. Alright, the guys are asleep. We still have insufficient amount of beds. You can see we do have tarps over here. Oh, actually, we got 7 out of 8 beds. We're not doing that badly. It's just that Thomas over here is going to have to, well, sleep outdoors. His energy is minus 54, so he's really bloody tired. Hopefully he'll recover pretty soon. Okay, how are we doing? Do we have enough? No, we do not have enough planks. Do we have enough wood? We got 50 wood, so we should be able to get some more. Just by chopping this bit down. There you go. We also still need some more resources here, so we need 40 wood there for that parking spot, 40 wood there. And now you can see that they're actually bringing the wood over, and they're going to turn that wood into planks. What I also want the rest of the guys to be doing is still cover up this storage building here. And once that is done, we can use that as a designated storage location. At the very least, it won't be on the floor anymore. And you can specify, much like with most of these other base building games, what do you want in there? Well, I want pretty much everything in there except my trash. I do not want my trash in there. I'm going to say there's another storage site here, which I'll deselect all except for trash. The trash is going to go, you know, towards the end of the base. Alright. What are the guys up to right now? They're taking down bits here. We're harvesting some raw water. At least I imagine that that is still the case. Yeah, it is queued up as an order. It's just that I don't really have enough people. How do you get more people? I don't know. I don't know how to get more workers. Maybe you're going to be getting those as you do good things. Oh crap, I removed the door. As you do good things and win battles. As opposed to, for example, Prison Architect, where you can just hire additional workers. Okay. We gotta install that door. So we need 1 tarp there. I still have 150, so that'll be fine. The raw water is now done. As in, we have no more. But we have 8 purified water. Oh, there's another puddle there. Let's harvest that. There's 20 out of 30. How much we got there? 30 for 30. Yeah, it's almost the end of the workday. At least everybody has a bed right now. That's an improvement to the situation. We have 10 planks. Some of these are already getting into the parking spots. That's good. And I also want to start queuing up a bit of a relaxation area. Given that I have quite a lot of tarp, maybe I can use that. But it could be a structure that I'm going to be using a little longer. So I'm going to also build that out of wood. So we're going to say floor. It's going to be built out of planks. Like that. We're going to have the walls in. We're going to have a door. And all of this is going to be built out of planks. So that'll probably take a couple days to get done. But that's fine. We have time. A little later, I have now built out my little social shack, if you want to call it that. We got a radio, we got a planning board. Some of these guys are having a sit down, and that means we actually have enough chairs for people. The thing is, we got 4 chairs in there, and the rest of them are kind of scattered around the rest of the base. So I probably need to do a little bit more work on this location. But hey, at least base morale is improving. Also, the 2 parking spots next to the runway are now ready. So I can start requesting some aircraft. It's going to be Gloucester Gladiators. This is going to be Leslie. And Leslie is going to be joining our little airfield. Well, airstrip at this point. You're going to see these guys come in. And we do have more planes available. But I don't have enough parking spots. So what I can do now is just build a few more parking spots. Because the more parking spots you actually have available, the more aircraft you can have on your base. And the more aircraft you can send on missions. However, you do need more beds. Because without enough beds, again, the pilots or some other poor guys can be sleeping on the floor. They will not be particularly happy. This guy is very energetic, but his confidence is very poor. We need to start completing some missions. The more missions you complete successfully, the more morale you'll get. And of course, the base morale is very important if you want to keep everybody happy. Now, regarding the additional pilots that I'm going to be receiving, I can house 2 additional people here, but I'll probably need a bigger location fairly soon. We still got quite a lot of tarp, so I can put them up in a tarp building. We do have a lot of wood, however, we don't really have enough planks. I can start telling them to go get more planks, and they'll probably do that automatically once I start building a bigger site. But what I also want to do is start getting... Let's see, do I have... Yeah, I got bean seeds. So let's start building an area out where we start gardening. I'm going to say it's a small area. I just want to have additional bean seeds. Expected return, 45 seeds. Let's go. This way, we're going to start turning these bean seeds into more bean seeds, and that's going to be important later because we can start growing our own food. I'm going to say this area of 12 tiles is going to be beans, and that'll return 48 food. So they're now going to start building up the garden. You can see it's currently empty. They're preparing for planting. And now we're actually going to be getting one growing and eventually a couple ready. So with that, we are starting our own little food production. Why are you guys so unhappy? Oh, this is one of our officers. Officer Cadet Pilot. Cat Eyes, Thomas Prickett. Current task? Wait. Yes, because there's not that much to do for you right now, is there? Let's destroy... Can we harvest this? Yes, I can harvest it. Good. Okay, what are we going to do with these pilots? Where am I going to house those? I probably don't have enough chairs either. Yeah, I got 8 out of 10 chairs. And that's not even counting the amount of additional aircraft I'm planning on bringing in. Yeah, we're going to need a bigger location here. Let's say this is going to be my farm area here. So how about we do a bit of terraforming? I'm going to change the terrain. I'm going to say this is just a dirt path. I'm going to set up another, let's say another sort of bunk site here. So let's build another building. I'm going to immediately build that up out of planks, because that just makes my life a lot easier down the road. Let's see, a bed is what, 2 tiles? Yeah, 2, and then you need one thing next to it. Okay, so let's say we're going to start building a floor. This is going to be a fairly big compound, so I can start moving some guys indoors. 2 and 1, 1 in the middle, 2 and 1. There. That should keep my guys busy for a good amount of time. As for this dirt path, this is going to make sure that they walk a little faster, which can come in useful later on, because especially if you're traveling paths quite often, it is definitely easier to make sure they don't have to constantly walk all the way. Ah, we got a mission. A light fighter intercept. Let's go. We can actually assign all of our aircraft to that, so Leslie and Thomas are going to go up. We have a success chance of 100%. We're in a good mood, we're high energy, we're very confident. We do need a bit of fuel, which we have. And now I can send these guys out on a mission. Excellent. How much more fuel do I have? Good question. Don't know. Okay, let's start getting a system set up so we can start getting more food. That's going to be the boiler tank. The boiler tank can sit out in the open. It doesn't require anything special. It requires a bit of wood. It requires a bit of metal. And we have a good amount of both. Let's also set up a metal workbench. I'm constantly queuing up additional things for my my 8 people to do. There's one of the aircraft taken off. Good day. And there's the other. Off you go. That's a nighttime intercept by the looks of it. It's 2250. Off you go. Alright. Sleepy time for the base crew. So they're all going to just relax. Their energy is improving. Their confidence is not. However, once this mission completes, and I fully expect it to complete successfully, we'll start seeing a bit of confidence boost. The enemy's retreating, beginning pursuit. Enemy scouts successfully eliminated. Well done. Well done. There we go, mission successful. This means that our performance was better than the target. We're getting victory points, we're getting base confidence, and we're getting a higher base mood. How about that? We did lose a bit of airplane health, and this is something that we might need to fix up a little later. As for right now, let's get the pilots back. There they are. Would you like to park on the runway? Also, you can see that this Gloucester Gladiator is parked outside, and that means its integrity is going to start dropping. So either we need to repair it faster, or we need to start looking into building a hangar. Hangars tend to be fairly large buildings, and they tend to be expensive. Because if you want to have a floor like that, you're going to need 182 metal. I have 150. So we're not quite there yet. Yeah, we need more planks. You. Why are you not working, sir? Confidence is... Look at that. Base morale is about 45. Not bad. Not bad. They're still building up the dirt path. We're still clearing this out. They're working on the garden. Ah, excellent. We got a couple of beans getting grown. And over here we got the seeds coming in. Eventually, I don't know how long this is going to take, but farming typically takes a while. So I'm going to go ahead and do that early. We do need to really start looking into our water. Otherwise, we risk running out of it, which would be bad. We still have enough purified water, but now that we have more people in, I'm going to say I'm going to up that. I'm going to up that as well. We're going to go to 2025. Who do we have here? This is Thomas. Oh, sorry, Thomas. He's a pilot. He's actually pitching in. He's not just a pretty face with a flyboy. He actually works on the base as well. Excellent. Some of these guys are not particularly happy, but their confidence should be improving the moment that we start getting a bit more success with the missions. So it's just waiting for another mission to pop up, which I expect it to rather soon. Leisure time. Oh, we still got 9 bean seeds. I can do some more with that. There's also herbs around. We're running a little low on food. We still got food rations, but I think we... dangerous recon mission. I think we might need to look into getting more food. Now, I only have 2 pilots. 89% if I just send out 1. But we're going to send out 2. We get a 99% success rate. Off you go. Maybe get this first bird off the runway first. Next time, park on a parking spot. You're taking up the runway. Unacceptable. Again, it's a nighttime mission. Now, I have 1 victory point, but that's not quite going to be enough to get any of the additional aircraft, nor do I feel really ready for that. I would much rather have additional aircraft stationed next to the runway. Ah, mission successful. Very good. Performance, 63 out of 06. Look at that. 1 victory point, 10 base confidence. Gentlemen, welcome back. I don't know if pilots level up. I think that would be a very nice feature. You can see that we are running a little lower on fuel. So, building out that fuel station, that boiler tank, is going to be important. But yeah, we're gonna we're gonna need to finish up a lot of projects, at least for the time being. We got that new shed coming up, that new bunk. We got the additional fields here being set up. My guys are very, very busy. So, more on this game coming soon, because I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. And if you do too, link down below in the description to the demo of Ground of Aces. And of course, if you like it, you can consider wishlisting it so you can keep an eye on it. Again, it's coming out probably summer 2025. That's when they're aiming for early access. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the devs for giving me a bit of early access to the demo so I could get this video out for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I shall see you soon for more Ground of Aces.